Alex Carter checked his shuttle controls once more, sweat on his forehead. Everything had seemed fine moments ago. He had left Earth's orbital station on a simple exploration mission. But suddenly, red lights flashed and alarms screamed. Something had gone very wrong. Warning, the shuttle's computer repeated calmly, despite the chaos. System failure. Prepare for emergency landing. Where am I? Alex whispered, struggling to steer his shuttle toward a nearby planet. He had never intended to land on this unknown world, but now he had no choice. The shuttle shook violently, passing. Through thick clouds, Alex gripped the controls tighter. He saw green fields and dense forest coming closer. His heart raced as he tried desperately to slow the shuttle down. With a final shudder, the craft hit the ground, sliding across the grass and coming to a sudden halt. Alex groaned and unbuckled himself, feeling pain throughout his body. He slowly stood and checked himself for injuries. Fortunately, nothing seemed serious. He moved to the shuttle's door and forced it open. Outside, the air felt fresh and cool. It was breathable, something Alex was thankful for. Looking around, he saw tall trees with bright blue leaves and strange flowers blooming everywhere. The planet was beautiful, but clearly unfamiliar. Great, Alex muttered, climbing out carefully. He needed to check the shuttle for damage. Walking around the craft, he quickly realized the shuttle wouldn't fly again without serious repairs. Parts of it were badly damaged. He sighed, understanding he was stuck here, at least for now. Night was approaching quickly, and Alex knew he needed shelter. He gathered supplies from the shuttle food, water, and a small portable shelter, and headed towards a safe spot he had noticed nearby. As darkness fell, he set up his small camp. Sitting by a tiny fire, Alex felt lonely and worried. He wondered if rescue would come soon, or if he was truly alone. Tiredness overcame him, and he soon fell asleep. The next morning, sunlight woke him early. Alex stretched and decided to explore more. He needed to find food and understand his new environment. He walked carefully through the forest, amazed by its beauty. Brightly colored birds sang sweet songs, and small creatures darted away as he approached. Suddenly, he heard movement. Behind him, Alex spun around, his heart beating fast. Standing there, quietly watching him, was someone unlike anything he had ever seen. She looked similar to humans, but had slightly glowing skin, pale purple hair, and clear, sparkling eyes that seemed to study him curiously. Alex stared, unable to move. She was incredibly different, yet strikingly beautiful. His mouth opened, but no words came out. He simply watched her with wide eyes. "Why are you looking at me like that, human?" she asked gently, tilting her head slightly. Her voice was soft, almost musical. Alex shook himself from his shock. "I'm sorry," he managed to reply. "I didn't mean to stare. It's just, you're not like anyone I've ever seen before." She stepped closer, looking deeply into his eyes, as if trying to see inside him. Alex stood still, unsure of what to do next. "You're not afraid," she observed softly. Alex managed a small smile. "Should I be?" She returned the smile softly. "No, I suppose not. I am Lyra." "I'm Alex," he said, feeling more comfortable now. "I didn't mean to intrude. My shuttle crashed here. I'm stranded." Lyra nodded, thoughtful. "We saw the object fall from the sky." "You are far from home," Alex sighed. "Yes, very far." "Come," she said gently, turning slightly. "My people can help you." Alex hesitated only briefly. He had no better options, and Lyra seemed kind. He followed her through the trees, noticing how she moved gracefully and silently. They walked quietly for a while until a clearing appeared ahead. Entering the clearing, Alex saw a small village made from structures that blended perfectly with the forest around them. Other beings, much like Lyra, watched him cautiously. Their eyes were curious, but also wary. "This is Alex," Lyra announced clearly. "His craft has crashed. He is alone and needs our help." Murmurs spread quickly through the village. but no one objected outright. Alex noticed that, while cautious, these beings seemed peaceful. Lyra showed Alex to a simple, cozy hut, and he settled down grateful for her help. Over the next hours, Alex observed how Lyra and her people lived harmoniously with nature, careful never to disrupt the world around them. Alex began helping around the village, eager to prove himself trustworthy. Lyra stayed near him often, teaching him about her people's ways. Her quiet strength and thoughtful explanations fascinated him. As the day passed, he realized he was becoming deeply comfortable in her presence. That night, under the soft glow of twin moons, Lyra approached Alex as he rested by a small fire. "You seem different from what we've heard about humans," she said quietly. "Different how?" Alex asked, curious. "We've heard humans can be aggressive and dangerous," she explained carefully. "Yet you seem kind and gentle." Alex nodded slowly. "Humans are complicated. Some are dangerous, yes. But many of us wish only for peace." Lyra watched him closely, her sparkling eyes thoughtful. "You speak truthfully. I see kindness in you, Alex." "Carter," he smiled at her warmly. "Thank you, Lyra. That means a lot." Lyra hesitated, then quietly asked, "Will you tell me more about Earth?" "Of course," Alex replied softly. He began describing Earth, his life, and the many different cultures and people. As he spoke, Lyra listened intently, her curiosity evident. Late into the night, they sat together, exchanging stories and ideas. Alex felt a bond forming between them, something gentle and reassuring amidst his uncertain situation. For the first time since his crash, Alex felt hope. Eventually, tiredness caught up to both of them. Lyra stood gracefully and turned to Alex one last time before heading home. "Rest well," she whispered kindly. "You are safe here." Alex watched her disappear into the shadows, feeling comforted by her presence and kindness. Alone again, but no longer lonely, he lay down to sleep, hopeful about whatever tomorrow would bring. The morning sun warmed Alex as he stepped out of the small hut provided by Lyra's people. Stretching, he felt surprisingly rested despite his unusual surroundings. The village was peaceful, bathed in golden light, with villagers quietly beginning their day. Lyra approached him soon after, a gentle smile on her face. "Did you sleep well, Alex?" she asked kindly. "Very well. Thank you," Alex replied, smiling back. He felt a comforting warmth whenever he talked to her. "Your village is very peaceful." Lyra nodded, looking around with pride. "We value harmony and calm above everything else." Alex noticed several villagers observing him from afar, curious yet cautious. "Do they fear me?" he asked softly, concerned. "Not fear," Lyra explained gently, "but caution. Humans are unfamiliar to us, and unfamiliar things bring worry." "I understand," Alex replied sincerely. "I hope to earn their trust." Lyra looked deeply into his eyes, seeming pleased. "You already have mine," she said softly. Alex felt his cheeks warm, and he quickly looked away. "Thank you, Lyra." She chuckled lightly, breaking the moment gently. "Come, let us explore more. There's much to learn." Together they walked through the village, Lyra explaining daily life among her people. Alex watched carefully, absorbing everything. The villagers were friendly yet reserved, moving gracefully as they performed their daily tasks, such as gardening and crafting delicate items from natural materials. Eventually, they reached a large tree, much taller than any Alex had ever seen. Lyra touched it gently, her eyes closing briefly as if connecting with the tree itself. Alex watched curiously. "This is our elder tree," Lyra explained softly. "It is ancient and wise. We gather here to discuss important things." Alex reached out cautiously and touched the bark gently. It felt warm and alive. "It's beautiful," he whispered. "Yes," Lyra agreed, pleased. "It symbolizes our unity with nature." A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, and for a moment, Alex felt deeply connected to this strange yet welcoming world. "We should move on," Lyra suggested quietly. I wish to show you something special. They left the village behind, walking along a narrow path that led deeper into the forest. Alex noticed how comfortable he had become with Lyra by his side, her presence both calming and intriguing. "What is your world like?" Lyra asked as they walked, her eyes bright with curiosity. Alex considered his answer carefully. "Earth is beautiful," he began. "It has mountains, oceans, deserts, and forests, much like here, but also very different. Our world is busy, filled with cities and technology. Sometimes it's too crowded, and people forget the importance of nature." Lyra listened closely, thoughtful. "Do you miss it?" "Parts of it, yes," Alex admitted truthfully. "But being here with your people, I've started to appreciate simpler things." She smiled, clearly pleased by his words. "I am glad." Eventually, they reached a clearing. In its center was a crystal-clear lake surrounded by brightly colored flowers. Birds sang softly from the trees, and gentle waves lapped at the shore. "This place is incredible," Alex whispered in awe. "It is special to me," Lyra admitted quietly. "I come here often to think and reflect. Why bring me here?" Alex asked softly, touched by her willingness to share something personal. Lyra hesitated briefly, then replied with quiet sincerity, "I wanted to share it with you. You are different, Alex. You have shown kindness and patience. It is unusual for someone from another world." Alex looked deeply into her sparkling eyes, feeling warmth spread through his chest. "I'm glad you trust me, Lyra." "Trust is important," she said, sitting down gracefully beside the lake. Alex joined her, and they sat quietly for a moment, simply enjoying each other's presence. "Tell me," Alex began after a pause, "why do your people keep their feelings hidden?" Lyra thought for a moment before replying. "Long ago, we faced many conflicts because of strong emotions. We learned that controlling our feelings helped us live peacefully, but sometimes it makes us distant from each other." "That must be difficult," Alex said softly, feeling compassion for her. "Sometimes," she agreed quietly. "But meeting you has made me realize feelings can be good, too. You show yours openly, and it is comforting." Alex smiled gently. "Humans value connection. We bond through emotions." Lyra looked at him closely. "Teach me more." He nodded eagerly. "I'll try." For hours they talked by the lake, Alex sharing stories of happiness, sadness, love, and friendship from Earth. Lyra listened intently, fascinated and moved by the range of human emotions. As the day wore on, clouds gathered above, signaling a coming storm. "We should head back," Lyra said, rising smoothly. "Storms here can be strong." Quickly, they returned to the village as rain began to fall softly. Villagers hurried to their homes, and Alex returned to his hut. Lyra paused at his doorway, smiling gently. "Thank you for today. It meant much to me." "Me too," Alex replied warmly. She hesitated, her eyes thoughtful. "Tomorrow, I would like you to meet our elder council. They will decide how we can best help you." Alex nodded seriously. "I understand. I'll be ready." With one final gentle look, Lyra turned and disappeared into the falling rain. Alex watched her go, feeling a strange yet pleasant ache in his chest. Inside his hut, he listened to the storm grow stronger, his mind filled with thoughts of Lyra, her people, and his uncertain future. That night, as he lay listening to the rain, Alex reflected on everything he had learned. He realized how deeply he already cared for this world, and especially for Lyra. Despite the uncertainty and challenges ahead, he felt hopeful. Tomorrow will bring new decisions, but tonight, for the first time in days, he felt completely at peace. Alex woke early the next day, feeling nervous but determined. He knew today was important. The village elders would decide his fate. After dressing quickly, he stepped outside, taking a deep breath to calm himself. Lyra appeared shortly after, greeting him with a gentle smile. "Are you ready, Alex?" she asked softly. "Yes," he replied, trying to sound confident. "Good," she said kindly. "Come with me." Together, they walked toward the large elder tree, where the village leaders had already gathered. Alex felt their eyes on him, curious yet cautious. He took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "Welcome, Alex," an older Zellerin named Elder Mira said gently, her voice warm and calming. "We have heard much about you from Lyra. She says you are peaceful and trustworthy." Alex nodded respectfully. "Thank you, Elder Mira. I am grateful for your help." Elder Myra studied him thoughtfully. "Tell us why you came here, Alex." "My shuttle crashed," Alex explained simply, keeping his voice steady. "I never intended to land here. I'm stranded, and I seek your help to repair my shuttle or find another way home." Murmurs spread among the elders. Elder Mira raised her hand gently, silencing them. "We understand your situation," she said carefully. "However, some fear humans. They say your kind can be aggressive and destructive." Alex took another deep breath, choosing his words carefully. "I understand your worries, but humans are diverse. Many of us value peace and understanding. I promise you, I mean no harm." Elder Mira considered his words, then turned to Lyra. "Do you truly trust him, Lyra?" "Completely," Lyra replied immediately, her voice clear and strong. "Alex has shown kindness, respect, and understanding. I have no doubt about his intentions." Hearing her confidence warmed Alex's heart. He met her gaze gratefully. The elders exchanged quiet glances, whispering briefly among themselves. Elder Mira finally nodded, turning back to Alex. "We will trust Lyra's judgment. You are welcome to stay. We will assist you as best we can." "Thank you," Alex said sincerely, relief flooding through him. The gathering soon dispersed, leaving Alex alone with Lyra. She smiled warmly, clearly pleased. "I knew they would see your true nature," she said softly. Alex smiled back gently. "I owe it to you, Lyra. Thank you." They spent the rest of the morning walking through the village, discussing ways Alex could help and earn the villagers' trust. Soon, he began assisting with various tasks, such as harvesting food and repairing homes. His willingness to help slowly warmed the villagers' hearts, and they started treating him with less caution and more kindness got as the days passed. Alex became more involved in village life. He spent his evenings with Lyra, sharing stories and discussing their worlds. Each day brought them closer, their friendship deepening into something stronger. However, their peace didn't last long. Early one morning, urgent shouts filled the village. Alex rushed outside, heart racing. Lyra stood nearby, clearly worried. "What's happening?" Alex asked, seeing villagers preparing hastily. "A scout spotted Vorax nearby," Lyra explained urgently. "They're a hostile species, aggressive and dangerous." Alex's eyes widened in alarm. "Can your village defend itself?" "We have ways, but we prefer peace," she said softly. "Conflict worries us greatly." "I'll help," Alex said firmly. "Show me what to do." Lyra nodded gratefully, guiding him quickly to where the villagers prepared their defenses. They gathered around Elder Mira, who calmly instructed them on securing the village. "We must stand together," Elder Mira declared clearly. "Stay alert, remain calm, and we will protect our home." Alex quickly joined the villagers, helping build barriers and fortify positions. He noticed their fear, but also their determination. Lyra stayed close, quietly supporting him. Soon the Vorax appeared, tall and fierce, their red eyes filled with anger. Their leader stepped forward, growling menacingly. "Surrender your village," he demanded harshly. "We claim it now," Elder Myra stepped forward bravely. "We seek peace, not conflict," she said clearly. "Please leave our village unharmed." The Vorax leader laughed cruelly. "Peace is weakness," he snarled. "Your village belongs to us now." Without warning, the Vorax charged. Chaos erupted as villagers tried to defend their home. Alex jumped into action, quickly using his knowledge of human tactics to organize villagers into effective defenses. "Stay together," Alex shouted firmly. "Protect each other." The villagers, inspired by Alex's bravery, rallied courageously. "Lyra, stayed by Alex's side, supporting him as they coordinated the defense. Together, they fought bravely, protecting villagers from harm. During the fierce battle, Alex noticed Lyra suddenly in danger. A Vorax warrior charged directly at her, weapon raised. Without hesitation, Alex rushed forward, standing protectively in front of her. "Leave her alone!" Alex shouted bravely, his voice strong. Surprised by his courage, the warrior hesitated briefly. Taking advantage of the moment, villagers quickly surrounded the attacker, forcing him back. Lyra looked up at Alex, her eyes wide with gratitude and awe. "Thank you," she whispered softly. "Always," Alex replied warmly, smiling gently despite the chaos around them. After a fierce struggle, the Vorax finally retreated, defeated by the villagers' bravery and teamwork. The village erupted in cheers of relief and triumph. "You fought bravely, Alex," Elder Mira said gratefully, approaching him afterward. "We are thankful for your courage." Alex smiled humbly. "I only did what was right." Lyra gently took his hand, smiling warmly. "You did much more than that," she said softly, her voice filled with emotion. The villagers began celebrating their victory, joyfully relieved. Alex joined the celebrations, feeling deep satisfaction and pride. Lyra stayed close, her presence comforting and warmed out as evening approached. Villagers gathered around a large fire, sharing stories of bravery and friendship. Alex sat beside Lyra, feeling completely accepted and welcomed. His heart swelled with gratitude and affection. "You saved my life today," Lyra whispered gently, her eyes shining softly. "I couldn't let anything happen to you," Alex replied sincerely. Meeting her gaze deeply, she smiled softly, leaning closer. "You've shown me what true courage is," she said gently. "I am grateful you came here, Alex." "Me too," Alex said warmly, his heart beating faster. Together they sat, quietly enjoying the peaceful evening, closer now than ever. Alex felt truly at home, realizing that he no longer worried about returning to Earth. His new home, with Lyra and her people, had become everything to him. The village gradually returned to its peaceful rhythm after the intense battle with the Vorax. Alex became even more accepted and respected among the villagers, admired for his bravery and kindness. Every day he worked closely with Lyra, their bond growing stronger. One quiet afternoon, Alex was repairing a damaged hut with a group of villagers when Lyra approached, smiling gently. "Alex," she called softly, her eyes warm, "would you walk with me?" He smiled back, setting down his tools. "Of course, Lyra." Together they strolled slowly toward the forest, away from the busy village. As they walked, Alex noticed Lyra seemed deep in thought. He decided to stay quiet, letting her gather her thoughts in peace. Finally, she spoke softly. "Alex, I've been thinking a lot since the battle. Your courage and kindness deeply touch me and our people. You've made us reconsider many things we thought we knew about humans." "I'm glad," Alex replied sincerely. "Your people have taught me much as well. I've learned more about peace and understanding here than I ever imagined possible." She paused, turning to face him fully. "You spoke before about human emotions, how they can connect and bond people. I felt something during the battle, something new and strong. I believe it was fear of losing you." Alex looked gently into her eyes, feeling warmth spread through his chest. "I felt the same fear, Lyra. I couldn't bear the thought of you being hurt." Lyra smiled softly, relieved. "It's strange for me. My people usually try to control such feelings. But being around you has shown me emotions can be good. They can bring people closer." "Exactly," Alex agreed gently. "Emotions can strengthen bonds and create deeper understanding." Lyra nodded thoughtfully. "Can you show me more about these emotions, Alex? I wish to learn from you." "Of course," Alex replied warmly, pleased she trusted him enough to ask. They spent the afternoon talking openly, Alex explaining emotions such as happiness, sadness, love, and friendship in simple terms. Lyra listened carefully, fascinated and eager to understand. Humans express happiness through smiles and laughter, Alex explained gently. When we are sad, we cry or become quiet. Lyra considered his words, practicing expressions he described. Alex chuckled softly, amused by her attempts. Am I doing this correctly? She asked, smiling brightly. Alex laughed warmly. Perfectly. She looked at him earnestly. What about love, Alex? How do humans express love? He paused, feeling his heart beat faster. Love is deeper. It's when you care for someone very strongly, feeling joy when you're near them and sadness when they're away. Lyra listened intently, then asked softly, Is love what we feel for each other, Alex? Alex looked deeply into her eyes, his voice gentle. Yes, Lyra, I believe it is. She smiled warmly, clearly pleased. Then I am happy to feel it. The sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. Slowly, they returned to the village, walking close together, sharing comfortable silence. Over the following days, Alex and Lyra continued spending more time together, their bond deepening. The villagers noticed, smiling warmly, happy for them. Elder Myra approached Alex one morning, her expression gentle and understanding. We have seen how you and Lyra care for each other, she said kindly. We are pleased. You have brought new understanding to our people. Thank you, Elder Myra, Alex replied gratefully. Lyra is very special to me. She feels the same, Elder Myra assured him softly. Take care of each other. Alex nodded earnestly. We will. Life continued peacefully, and Alex felt deeply content. However, news soon reached the village that troubled everyone. Scouts had seen more Vorax gathering nearby, planning another attack. The villagers quickly prepared again, determined but anxious. Alex stepped forward confidently, addressing the villagers clearly. We defeated them before, he declared firmly. We will stand strong again, united. Trust each other, and we will protect our home. The villagers cheered loudly, inspired by his words. Lyra stood beside him, pride and affection clear in her eyes. Together, she whispered softly. Always, Alex replied warmly. They spent the day preparing carefully, combining human tactics with Zelleran strategies. Alex taught villagers simple defensive skills, and Lyra coordinated peaceful solutions, hoping to avoid conflict if possible. Finally, the Vorax approached again, aggressive and angry. This time, the villagers stood ready, their unity and determination evident. Elder Mira stepped forward calmly, addressing the Vorax clearly. We desire peace, not conflict, she said firmly. Leave now and do no harm. The Vorax leader growled angrily. We will take your village. A tense silence followed, broken when the Vorax charged forward. This time, however, the villagers acted swiftly and effectively. Alex's strategies and their strength in unity allowed them to defend their home successfully. During the intense battle, Alex noticed Lyra bravely defending villagers, her courage shining brightly. He quickly moved closer, supporting her whenever needed. Their teamwork inspired others, leading the village to victory once again. After the Vorax retreated, villagers celebrated joyfully. Alex stood proudly beside Lyra, smiling warmly. Elder Myra approached, her expression filled with gratitude. Your unity and courage protected us, she praised warmly. We owe much to you both. We did it together, Alex said humbly, glancing at Lyra affectionately. Elder Myra nodded, smiling gently. Indeed. As the village celebrated, Alex and Lyra quietly stepped away, walking to the peaceful lake they had visited before. Sitting together, they enjoyed the calm beauty around them. I'm so grateful you came. Here, Alex, Lyra said softly, her voice filled with emotion. I feel the same, Alex replied sincerely. Meeting you has changed everything for me. She smiled gently, leaning slightly closer. And you for me, you've taught me so much. And you've shown me peace, Alex replied softly. Together, we've grown stronger. They sat quietly, watching the sunset. Alex gently reached for Lyra's hand, feeling her fingers warmly intertwined with his. Together, they sat, peaceful and content, knowing they faced a future united and strong. Days turned into weeks, and the village remained peaceful and safe. Alex had fully settled into his new home, deeply connected to both the land and its people. Most importantly, his bond with Lyra continued to grow stronger. One bright morning, Alex woke to find Lyra waiting outside his hut, her face thoughtful yet warm. "Good morning," he greeted her gently. "Good morning, Alex," she replied softly, smiling faintly. "Can we talk?" "Of course," he said immediately, sensing her seriousness. Together they walked slowly toward the forest, away from curious eyes. The sun filtered softly through the blue leaves, casting gentle shadows around them. "Alex," Lyra began quietly, "I've been thinking about your situation. You haven't spoken about returning to Earth for some time. Do you still wish to go home?" Alex paused, thinking deeply before answering. "At first, returning home was my only goal. But now things have changed. I've found something important here, something I don't want to leave behind." Lyra's eyes sparkled gently. "Do you mean our village? Or perhaps something else?" "You," Alex said simply, looking directly into her eyes. "You've become the most important person in my life, Lyra. I can't imagine leaving you." Lyra smiled softly, visibly moved. "I feel the same, Alex. You've shown me how deep emotions can be, and I don't want to lose that." They stood quietly for a moment, simply enjoying each other's presence. "But," Lyra continued hesitantly, "are you truly ready to leave behind everything you knew? Earth, your friends, your old life?" Alex nodded slowly, his expression sincere. "My old life was good, but this life with you feels right. You've taught me about peace, connection, and love. I belong here now." Relief and happiness filled Lyra's eyes. "I'm glad," she whispered softly. "Very glad." Together they continued their walk, enjoying the peacefulness of the forest. Birds sang quietly, their melodies sweet and calming. The world around them seemed brighter, warmer, full of promise. Returning to the village, Alex and Lyra noticed villagers gathering around Elder Mira, who appeared concerned. Quickly, they approached, sensing urgency. "What's wrong, Elder Mira?" Alex asked, worried. "Our scouts report unusual activity near our borders," Elder Mira explained carefully. "A large Vorax force gathers, much larger than before." Concern filled Alex. "Are they preparing another attack?" "We fear so," Elder Mira replied softly, her voice heavy with worry. Alex exchanged a serious glance with Lyra. "We must prepare again," he declared firmly. Villagers quickly gathered supplies and strengthened defenses. Alex worked closely with Lyra, combining their ideas for protecting the village. "Alex," Elder Mira said quietly, pulling him aside briefly, "we appreciate your bravery, but please take care. Losing you would deeply hurt Lyra." "I'll be careful," Alex promised earnestly. "I won't let anything happen to her or home." As night approached, tension filled the air. Villagers stayed alert, ready for whatever came next. Alex and Lyra stayed together, quietly comforting and supporting each other. Hours passed, and finally, distant sounds signaled the Vorax's approach. Alex stood firm, determination clear in his eyes. Lyra stood close by, her presence calming and strong. The Vorax appeared, their numbers frighteningly large. Alex quickly took charge, coordinating villagers into effective defensive groups. "Stay strong and united," Alex shouted clearly, rallying their courage. "We can protect our home together." The battle began fiercely, the Vorax attacking relentlessly. Despite their numbers, the villagers' unity and bravery held strong. Alex and Lyra moved swiftly, leading groups, offering encouragement, and helping wherever needed. Suddenly, Alex noticed Elder Mira struggling against a Vorax warrior. Without hesitation, he rushed forward, quickly driving the attacker away and helping Elder Mira to safety. "Thank you," Elder Mira whispered gratefully. "Stay safe," Alex urged gently, returning to the battle quickly. As fighting continued, Alex and Lyra worked closely together, their teamwork strong and effective. Despite exhaustion, they refused to give in, their determination inspiring everyone around them. Finally, after a fierce struggle, the Vorax leader fell back, signaling retreat. Villagers cheered loudly, relief flooding through them. Elder Myra approached Alex and Lyra, gratitude clear in her eyes. Once again, you saved our village. We're forever grateful. Alex smiled humbly, breathing deeply. We did it together. Unity and love gave us strength. Villagers celebrated joyfully, relieved, and thankful. Alex quietly pulled Lyra aside, gently taking her hands in his. Lyra, he began softly, today reminded me how precious life and love are. I don't ever want to lose you. She smiled warmly, squeezing his hands gently. You never will, Alex. I'll always be here with you. He smiled deeply, feeling his heart fill with warmth and happiness. Then let's promise each other that, no matter what happens, we'll always stay together. I promise, Lyra replied softly, her voice filled with love. They shared a gentle embrace. Comforted by each other's presence, the celebration continued into the night, the village alive with joy and relief. Alex and Lyra stayed close, sharing quiet moments amid the festivities. Deeply content, eventually they walked slowly to the lake, its waters reflecting moonlight beautifully. Sitting together, they enjoyed the calm, peaceful surroundings. This place has always brought me peace, Lyra said softly, leaning slightly against Alex. Me too, Alex agreed gently. Being here with you feels perfect. They sat quietly, enjoying the serene beauty around them. Alex realized this was exactly where he belonged, his heart fully at peace. Alex, Lyra whispered gently after a moment, thank you for staying. He looked into her eyes deeply, his voice warm and sincere. There's nowhere else I'd rather be, Lyra. With you, I'm truly home. She smiled softly, contentedly. Together, they sat quietly, sharing a deep bond of trust, affection, and love. Their future uncertain, yet bright and hopeful, united in strength and peace. The days after the fierce battle brought peace and calm to the village. Villagers worked to rebuild damaged homes, restore their gardens, and help those who needed care. Alex and Lyra spent each day together, supporting their community and growing even closer. One afternoon, while Alex was helping villagers repair a home, he noticed Elder Myra approaching, her expression serious. Alex, Lyra, Elder Myra called gently. Please, may we speak privately? Concerned, Alex and Lyra quickly followed Elder Myra to a quiet spot near the elder tree. The older Zellerin looked carefully at them both, her voice calm but firm. We've received important news, Elder Myra explained carefully. The Vorax leaders wish to speak with us. They seek peace. Alex felt surprised yet hopeful. Do you trust their intentions? We must remain cautious, Elder Myra replied softly, but we also hope for peace. We have suffered too much already. What do they propose? Lyra asked quietly, holding Alex's hand gently. They asked to meet on neutral ground to discuss a lasting peace, Elder Myra explained. They requested that you, Alex, join our delegation. They respect your courage and leadership. Alex glanced at Lyra, who nodded supportively. If it helps our village, I'll gladly join. Elder Myra smiled gently. Thank you, Alex. Your presence will strengthen our position. The next morning, Alex, Lyra, Elder Myra, and several villagers traveled cautiously toward the agreed meeting place. The atmosphere was tense but hopeful. Alex stayed close to Lyra, quietly reassuring her. They soon reached a neutral area, a large clearing surrounded by tall trees. The Vorax delegation waited, their leader stepping forward respectfully as Alex and the Zellerins approached. Thank you for coming, the Vorax leader said clearly, his voice serious yet calm. Our people have seen enough fighting. We desire peace. Now, Elder Myra stepped forward, her voice gentle yet firm. We also wish for peace. But how can we trust that your intentions are sincere? We understand your doubts, the Vorax leader replied honestly. Our people acted wrongly. Alex's bravery and your unity showed us the value of peace. We promise to respect your borders and leave your village unharmed. Alex watched the exchange closely, hopeful yet cautious. He stepped forward carefully, his voice steady. How can we ensure this peace lasts? The Vorax leader nodded respectfully. We propose forming an alliance. Our people will work together, sharing knowledge and resources. In unity, we both become stronger. Alex glanced at Lyra, who smiled softly, encouraging him. Unity has helped. You survive, Alex agreed gently. It can also help us thrive. Both sides discussed carefully, negotiating respectfully. After hours of conversation, they finally reached an agreement. The alliance would unite both communities, promising mutual respect and support. Let this alliance bring lasting peace, Elder Mira declared warmly, smiling gently. Agreed, the Vorax leader replied sincerely. Together, we build a better future. Returning to the village, news of the successful alliance spread quickly. Villagers celebrated joyfully, relieved and hopeful. Alex felt deeply proud, knowing their unity and courage had made this peace possible. Days passed peacefully. Villagers quickly adjusted to their new alliance. They exchanged knowledge and ideas with the Vorax, strengthening both communities. Alex and Lyra worked closely, proud of what they'd achieved together. One clear night, Alex and Lyra walked to their favorite place by the lake. Sitting quietly together, they reflected on recent events. We've come so far, Alex said gently, his voice warm. I never imagined we'd achieve peace with the Vorax. It's thanks to your courage and kindness, Lyra replied softly, smiling affectionately. And your strength and compassion, Alex added sincerely. Together, we make a great team. Lyra smiled warmly, leaning closer. Alex, you've shown my people and me how powerful emotions and unity can be. You've taught me the beauty of harmony and peace, Alex responded gently. Together, we've created something amazing. They sat quietly, enjoying the peaceful beauty of their surroundings. Alex felt deeply content, knowing he had truly found his place. As they returned to the village, Elder Myra approached them warmly, her expression gentle, yet serious. Alex, Lyra, Elder Mira said softly, our alliance with the Vorax is strong. But we must remain vigilant. Peace requires constant care. Alex nodded earnestly. We understand. We'll always protect this peace. I know you will, Elder Mira replied gently. You've both proven your courage and dedication. Weeks passed quietly, and the alliance grew stronger. Villagers and Vorax continued working together peacefully, their unity inspiring everyone. Alex and Lyra became symbols of peace and cooperation, respected by both communities. One evening, as the sun set beautifully, Alex and Lyra again walked toward their lake. Sitting together quietly, Alex took a deep breath, his heart beating faster. Lyra, he began softly, our time together has shown me how special and strong our bond is. I want us to always stay together. Lyra smiled warmly, squeezing his hand. Gently, I feel the same, Alex. You mean everything to me. Alex smiled softly, feeling deeply content. Then let's promise each other. No matter what, we'll always stand together united. Always, Lyra agreed quietly, her voice full of love. Together, they shared a gentle embrace, feeling deeply connected. As darkness slowly covered the sky, the stars shone brightly, symbols of hope and peace. Returning to the village, they noticed villagers gathering joyfully around a large fire. Approaching, Elder Mira smiled warmly, greeting them kindly. We've gathered to celebrate your union and our lasting peace, Elder Mira explained warmly. You've shown us the strength of love and unity. Alex and Lyra smiled gratefully, deeply. Moved, villagers celebrated happily, singing and dancing joyfully around the fire. Alex and Lyra joined the celebration, feeling deeply loved and supported. Late into the night, as celebration slowly ended, Alex and Lyra again walked slowly toward their lake, enjoying the quiet and peace. Today was perfect, Lyra whispered. gently, leaning against Alex. It truly was, Alex agreed softly. Feeling deep joy. Sitting quietly by the lake, Alex gently took Lyra's hand, feeling her fingers warmly intertwined with his. Together, they sat peacefully, deeply content and grateful for everything they had. "This is exactly where I belong," Alex whispered softly, his voice filled with warmth. "With you," Lyra agreed gently. "Forever." Under the bright stars, they sat, quietly, united in peace and love, knowing their future was strong and filled with hope.